No matter how much we try to protect ourselves from narcissists, sooner or later we will find ourselves in a work, social, or family situation and have to deal with a toxic person. If you've been raised by one or two toxic parents, there are some belief systems that were instilled at a very early age. And it can be difficult to understand that those beliefs are not only incorrect, but are also holding us back. So certain ideas might have been instilled by a toxic caregiver, but if you can really get these new beliefs into your mind, they will help change the way you see yourself and other people. So when you can't avoid all narcissistic people, it can be good to remember these 4 important facts. They can help you feel more in control and be less affected by what toxic people say and do. The first one is, opinions are not facts. Everybody has opinions, and we're not all going to agree with each other. Toxic people have opinions that tend to be more extreme, all or nothing, and they tend to find fault with other people instead of themselves. They also tend to form opinions without getting much or any information first. So if you end up being in a conversation with a narcissist, they can suddenly get angry or frustrated and lash out at you. And then sometimes they get personal and claim you're not treating them right, or even accuse you of thinking things about them. When you were a child, this may have happened with a parent. When a parent claims their child is bad or wrong, the child doesn't have much choice other than to believe that. Now that you are an adult, you may struggle with toxic people's accusations. Even when you know you didn't do or mean anything wrong, they still make you doubt yourself. So remember, their opinions are just that, not facts. They're not always based on the truth. And consider who those opinions are coming from. Are they a reasonable and reliable person? Do they even know the real you? So you don't need to take those kinds of opinions seriously. The second one is, just because someone has a problem doesn't mean it's your responsibility to solve it. When narcissists share a problem with you, have you noticed that sometimes they pause and then just stare at you with a pitiful look? They are waiting for you to take on the responsibility they don't want. If you start helping them, what usually happens is they completely sit back and make you do most of the work. And if you help them once, they will be coming back for more help the next time, which might even be the same day. Healthy people can share problems too, but they usually don't want us to take care of everything for them. But this is where maybe we still feel compelled to fix their problems. Healthy people don't want other people to do everything. They just want suggestions or a listener. But if our own family members expected us to jump in and help them with adult problems, starting when we were children, we have formed the habit of thinking we need to rescue others to be useful or even to be loved. So with healthy people, we might need to learn not to try to take over. And with toxic people, we can remember it's not necessary to get involved. With someone you suspect is toxic and trying to get you to fix their problem when you would rather not, try asking this question. What do you think you will do about that? This way, you're putting the responsibility where it belongs. I know it can feel wrong to not help someone that seems to be in need, but if the person is toxic, you will not be able to fix all of their problems. That is for them to do. Third, if someone asks a question, that doesn't mean you have to answer it. Toxic people love to ask personal questions. Sometimes they keep asking even if it's clear you're uncomfortable or don't want to answer. We might feel obligated to answer, especially if we were punished as children for holding back. But that is one of the most important things you can learn to break free from narcissistic abuse. You don't have to explain. If you've already said what you're comfortable saying, you have the right to stop sharing information. You could try saying, "Why do you need to know? Why is it so important to you? You've asked something I'm not comfortable answering." Number 4, if someone is upset, that does not mean you did something wrong. Sometimes when someone is having a bad day or something has gone wrong, they lash out at whoever is around, even people they don't know. If you were used to a parent that lost their temper, but you were never quite sure why, you started to take the blame for their behavior on yourself. But even in situations where someone isn't toxic, we can misread what is going on and wonder what we could have done or think it's personally directed at us. Toxic people especially like to get angry when you put down boundaries. Don't do something they expect you to do, or sometimes for nothing you did at all. If you know you didn't do anything wrong, except maybe you couldn't do something the toxic person wanted you to do, you don't have to feel guilty. Toxic people want you to do what they envision for you and will use anything, guilt, anger, pressure from others, to get you to do what they want. They see others more as tools than people, and so they get upset when their objects, that's you and me, have minds of their own. So this is very important to try to internalize. When it comes to toxic people, even if someone is angry with you, that doesn't mean it's really about you. It's about the narcissistic or toxic person who didn't get what they wanted. You don't have to feel bad about trying to have your own life. These may seem simple, but they are the opposite of what toxic people want us to do. So you may have been trained to do what isn't the best for you. Learning these things is important. Just remember that it takes time to get your behavior to change, even though you may have a new belief. Keep reminding yourself of the new beliefs that you have about yourself and your life, and eventually things will start to come naturally. These 4 things were huge for me when I first realized them. Were there any other beliefs that you realized were keeping you stuck in toxic relationships? Please share in the comments below. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. If you need more personalized help, please see my website in the video description below. I've been so fortunate to be able to recover from narcissistic abuse myself, and I enjoy helping others heal and grow. I wish you the best on your own healing journey.